We've all heard about them: keto, intermittent fasting, paleo, vegan, and the Mediterranean diet. But with so many diets promising quick results and better health, how do you know which one really works? I decided to put them to the test. Over the course of a few months, I tried 5 of the most popular diets, and the results were surprising. Whether you're looking to shed a few pounds or simply live a healthier lifestyle, stick around because I'm about to break down what worked, what didn't, and what you really need to know before jumping on the latest diet trend. Let's kick things off with keto, the high-fat, low-carb craze that has taken the fitness world by storm. This diet has gained immense popularity for its potential to help people lose weight quickly and improve their overall health. Going keto means drastically cutting out carbs and replacing them with fats to put your body into a state of ketosis, where it burns fat for energy instead of glucose. This metabolic state can lead to rapid weight loss and increased energy levels. Sounds great, right? Well, not so fast. For the first week, I struggled with what's often called the keto flu. This is a common experience for many who start the diet. I was fatigued, irritable, and constantly craving bread. The sudden drop in carbs can make you feel pretty miserable initially, but by the end of the second week, I noticed a significant boost in my energy levels, and surprisingly, I wasn't hungry all the time. My body had adapted to burning fat for fuel. The biggest upside? I lost a decent amount of weight, mainly from water retention in the first few weeks, and my focus sharpened. It was encouraging to see such quick results. However, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. The restrictive nature of keto made it hard to stick to, especially in social situations. Dining out became a real challenge. Going out to eat was a challenge, and I often found myself reaching for snacks that weren't exactly healthy, just keto-friendly. It was tough to find a balance. Verdict: effective for quick results, but hard to maintain long-term unless you're really committed. It requires a lot of discipline and planning to stick with it. Next up, intermittent fasting. Not so much a diet, but an eating pattern where you cycle between periods of eating and fasting. It's a method that has gained a lot of popularity in recent years for its simplicity and effectiveness. I followed the 16-8 method, where you fast for 16 hours and eat during an 8-hour window. This approach is one of the most common and easiest to stick to. Initially, the idea of skipping breakfast felt wrong, but after a few days, my body adjusted. Drinking water in the morning helped curb my hunger until it was time to eat. One thing I loved about intermittent fasting was its flexibility. You can tailor it to fit your lifestyle, making it easier to maintain over the long term. You can pretty much eat what you want within reason, as long as it's during your eating window. This means you don't have to give up your favorite foods entirely. This made socializing and dining out much easier. I didn't have to worry about missing out on meals with friends and family. Over time, I found that I naturally ate less and had more control over my hunger cues. I felt more satisfied with smaller portions. Weight loss was gradual but steady, and I felt more energized in the mornings without a heavy breakfast weighing me down. My morning workouts also felt more effective. The downside? It took a while to figure out the right balance of food within my eating window to avoid overeating or feeling deprived. Meal planning became crucial. Overall, intermittent fasting is something I could see myself incorporating into my routine for the long haul. It offers a sustainable way to manage my eating habits and overall health. Then, there's the paleo diet, which takes us back to our hunter-gatherer roots, eating whole foods that our ancestors would have consumed. This meant lots of meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds, but no grains, legumes, dairy, or processed foods. Initially, paleo felt simple and clean. I liked the idea of cutting out processed junk and focusing on whole foods, but I found the elimination of grains and legumes pretty restrictive. After a few weeks, I felt leaner and my digestion improved, but the lack of variety started to wear on me. I missed bread, beans, and even cheese. Paleo is great if you're into clean eating and don't mind a more limited menu, but for me, it was tough to sustain for more than a few weeks. The vegan diet was next on my list, and I was both excited and nervous to try it. I had heard so many positive things about it, but I also knew it would be a significant change from my usual eating habits. Going vegan meant no animal products whatsoever, and while I was already familiar with plant-based meals, cutting out dairy and eggs entirely was challenging. I had to rethink my entire approach to cooking and eating. At first, I struggled with meal planning and making sure I got enough protein. I spent hours researching and experimenting with different recipes to find meals that were both nutritious and satisfying. But once I got the hang of it, I started to feel more energetic, and my skin even cleared up. It was amazing to see the positive changes in my body and overall well-being. I also loved how this diet made me more mindful of what I was eating and where my food came from. Shopping for fresh organic produce became a new and enjoyable routine. On the downside, eating out was tricky, and I often found myself cooking at home more than I'd like. Many restaurants didn't have vegan options, which made social outings a bit challenging. Plus, I missed certain foods like cheese and yogurt. These were staples in my diet before, and finding good vegan substitutes was not always easy. Overall, the vegan diet left me feeling good, but it does require careful planning to ensure you're getting all the nutrients you need. It's a commitment, but one that can be very rewarding if done correctly. Finally, I tried the Mediterranean diet, often touted as one of the healthiest diets in the world. It's rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, olive oil, fish, and lean meats, and encourages moderate consumption of dairy and wine. The Mediterranean diet didn't feel like a diet at all. It was more of a lifestyle. The food was delicious, varied, and easy to incorporate into my daily routine. I found myself eating more mindfully, savoring each meal rather than rushing through it. The benefits? I felt healthier overall with more sustained energy throughout the day, and I didn't feel deprived at all. Weight loss was slow but steady, and I could easily see myself sticking to this way of eating long term. If I had to pick one diet to stick with, the Mediterranean diet would be it. So, what's the final verdict on diets? Every diet has its own unique pros and cons, and what works for one person might not necessarily work for another. If you found this video helpful and informative, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with anyone curious about different diets, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful health and lifestyle tips. Let's navigate the world of wellness together, one step at a time.